Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is our favourite JoyToy Warhammer 40k time. Boing! I got delivered today the Ultramarines Venerable Dreadnought, the first Dreadnought by the 40k line from JoyToy. Looks pretty cool. Doesn't look as cool as the other ones that are coming after, but I am not complaining because it's the first one and I do think it looked quite nice. Look at the back there, you can see some nice details. You can open the sarcophagus. See the back of the dread, looks pretty cool, I do have to say. So, only thing to do now is to remove this cellophane, unbox this, and let's get into this. So, here it is. Does look good out of the box. It does come with a card, and you can... Let me take that out. You can then focus in, you can pause it, and maybe you can scan it in translation software if you don't read Chinese. I don't read Chinese or speak Chinese despite living in China. And you can see what that says. If you're one of the ones that only collects the figures with cards, then you'll want to get this one. So first impressions, it's like a big square cube of plastic, but a very nice looking one. And you can see the difference between this and the Invictor wall suit in terms of the paint out. So look at that a bit closer a bit later. Does look nice. Let's get a close look. So I will bring this closer. Great work on this gold there. It's a bit messy in the corners a little bit. That looks like wear and tear on the actual Dreadnought, which is pretty cool. Also on here, looks nice. The legs look pretty cool as well. Some nice details going on. Just the top. Just come around the side. Is that a, oh yeah, that's a movable flap. That's pretty cool. I love the darkening on the paint around the skulls and that sort of power fist there. It's a gun underneath the arm. Come around. That is a very, yeah, flexible. There's tubing, again flexible on the legs. The back with the sort of engine block part looks pretty cool. Discoloration as well. Come around to this weapon arm here. More writing. This is stiff tubing, but that doesn't have to move. Looks cool. Let's his head moves as well. Let's come up. Empty drilled barrels, very, very deep. Looks fantastic. Does this... Okay, this comes up. We can see the remains of the Space Marine who gave his life, or who's beyond repair, who's been fitted inside the sarcophagi, and obviously the head does move right and left pretty much. Can you take that out? Oh, it's on the ball as well. I'm not sure, maybe this can come out. Whoa. I think it can, but I'm struggling to get enough. There we go, grip. Yeah, same as the other Space Marine releases. So if you want, you could swap that head around with another figure if you wanted to. And now I'm going to struggle to fit the end because that ball is much bigger than that hole. So having done that, I reckon I might have to actually heat it up to fit that head back in. So I might have to do that in a second. Let me just give it one more go quickly. No. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is quickly pause this, heat the head up, put it back in, and then we'll come back and we'll continue with the review. So back in an instant. Okay, as you can see, I've put the head back on, had to put it in hot water for about 15-20 seconds, and then I could squeeze it, push it back onto the barbell peg inside. Okay, let's take a look at articulation. Zoom out for this, I think. Starting from top to bottom. Okay, this swivels round, which is nice. Let's have a look on the back. That's fixed. Don't see anything on the back that could move. So we know that the front part opens and the head moves. We saw that already. Nothing else there that moves. We saw that the shoulder goes round. There's nothing else on that. There's no outwards or inwards or raw articulation. Other side. Okay, so the shoulder does come out and in, which is nice. We have a look inside there. It's all right looking, not too bad. The arm goes all the way around. A bit squeaky though. There's a bicep bend, which he gets around 90 degrees. There's a gun underneath. The power fist is just a block of plastic, unfortunately, but it does. Oh, nice little ratchet. Rotate, not quite all the way around because the gun will get in the way. The gun is fixed. There is a bicep turn. There's nothing on this like that. The waist I can see can go side to side, backwards and forwards, and obviously should be able to turn. Hips go outwards, can come back here. Oops, sorry. Forwards really quite stiff, so you want to be careful. You get about to the 90 backwards. So basically you can do a full front splits. We can see the feet underneath here. Shame the toes are hollow, but it's saving on plastic. Knees, single kneecap. Doesn't get 90 degrees, but it's a big bulky finger, don't really care. And then feet. Oh, is there a thigh turn? Does that swivel backwards? That just going to look like it's going to break. Okay, no thigh swivel. So onto the feet. Well, I love that side. So look at the way the pistons go up and down. Side to side. Forwards, backwards. And there is a small turn there. Pretty cool. Not the easiest to do action poses with. It's actually easier to turn his head. You can actually grip it. But pretty cool. Nonetheless, it's not a bad pose. That's pretty good. I actually like this quite a lot, I have to say. And I said about a lot of toys, but I just like toys. I think they've done a pretty decent job for their first Dreadnought. I'm not so keen on the power fist. It's the big block of plastic, like the one we saw on the Imperial Fists Inceptors. Even though that was just a little figure, that's understandable. But this one, I would have liked at least one joint or two joints of articulation in the fingers. That's just me being a bit picky, perhaps. But this is a decent looking toy. And they've got just the right amount of articulation on this. It's not too little amount of articulation. There's not over the top articulation where it's just too many joints and it can't support its own weight. It's very rigid. It's got the ratchets. The paintwork is pretty good. So let's have a comparison with the Inceptor, the Invictor Warsuit. Bear in mind, the Invictor Warsuit is massive in comparison, but you will see a big difference in paint apps. Get this arm to come around. Okay. So you can see, if I take the camera up, on the Victor Warsuit, we've got the edge highlighting. We don't have that on the Venerable Dreadnought. You do have the sort of inking, the sort of dark weathering on the Invictor, but it's a lot more pronounced and better, more well done on the Venerable Dreadnought. So size comparison. Let's take a quick look at their sizes. So it says 20 centimeters, I think it was, on the back of the box, or on the box for the Venerable. So the Venerable is, I'd say probably just over 20, just around 21. to the very, very top of this or this, whereas the Inceptor with those antenna, in fact I'll have to move the camera a bit manually, is around about, is approaching 40 centimeters at the top of the antenna, or around about 38 actually. So there's a you know, it's almost double the size or double the height, but they are different units. Now if you look at them, you think it looks like the Dreadnought can take far more of a pounding and give out, you know, take a lot more punishment than the Invictor Warsuit can. Which one do I prefer? I prefer the paint apps on the Venerable, but the Invictor Warsuit for me is still better. I think the work they've done on this, on the articulation in the Invictor Warsuit, is fantastic. And that's not to take any away from this Venerable Dreadnought. This is their first Dreadnought. They've got another, how many? What? 3, 4, 5 coming. We've got 2 Space Wolves coming. We've got the, what the name? The other Ultramarines one. We've got the Blood Angels one, and we've got the Chaos ones. Another 5 coming that I can think of right now. So very, very cool. Let's take a look with a figure. I'll take the pilot from the Invictor Warsuit. I will stick him in front. In fact, let me stick him in between the two if I can fit him in there. I can get to see what the size is like on this Venerable compared to your figures. I'll take a normal action figure. I'll take my custom ZYG from Fortnite. I've put the scientist's legs on, so he's got bigger, chunkier legs and can stand upright. We get an idea of how these scale with each other. If I take a big figure, this is a brute of a figure because it is actually a Halo brute. If I stick him over here, sort of hiding behind the gun there, we can get to see how big these are. It has to be said that they've done great stuff on the scale. I know it's not 2 scale for 1/18 for your Warhammer stuff. It should be slightly bigger, but they're doing what they've done with the scale they've done. I think it looks great. Obviously, you'd like things to be like a centimeter bigger here and there, but I think they've done a great job. Great looking stuff. If you want to point out the paint apps again, look at the hands here on this Invictor Warsuit. Look at the Power Fist. See all that dark shading going on, perhaps a bit too heavy on the thumb, and then the fingers, well, it looks really, really quite cool on that. This is a fantastic looking piece. I think they've done a great job again, and it's making me savillate with even more anticipation about the other Dreadnoughts and the Death Company, the Orcs, the bikes, and everything else that's they've shown that's coming out very, very soon, the next 2-3 months and so forth. Great looking toy with decent articulation and easy to pose as well. He says trying to get to pose now. Can I get this toe a bit more there? Very, very nice. Let's get that back one more place. Okay. And look, he even do quite extreme positions and balance his weight. That's pretty damn good. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I am signing out saying please like, share and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, please head over to our Patreon page. There'll be a link in the video description. And there are benefits there like seeing all the videos early, lots of extra content, and also extra and free entries into the Awesome Action Toy raffles. Stay happy, keep collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.